Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Arcane, Season 1, Episode 8. Last time, Jynx versus Echo. Echo is possibly dust. Jynx is blown up, but still looks pretty intact and will probably be okay.
Mm-hmm. Caitlyn and Vi
are trying to go get in contact with Jace to try and give him back the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But will it be the right move to give it back to him in his state?
Well, I guess we'll find out.
On this episode of Arcane. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe. I will be shaving my head at 100,000 subscribers, so subscribe to the Boldcast channel and stay tuned for other videos that are going to be coming out soon from other series, etc., etc. Check out Patreon to get 2 weeks ahead on uncut reactions, 1 week ahead on edited reactions, and most of all, we hope you enjoy the reaction to this episode of Arcane. Let's go. Oh.
He wanted me to know death.
Kino says war is a failure of statecraft.
Your brother thinks he can talk his way out of anything. He fancies himself a fox among the wolves. Mark me, child. If you want to last in this world, you must learn to be both the fox and the wolf.
So we can mold her.
Perhaps she could be my daughter.
You'd give me a throne.
I will give you the world, child. If you prove you can take it. What should we do with her?
She won't make trouble for us. Strip her of her possessions and send her to the far colonies.
She's a symbol of the old regime. Kill her now. Only one must die.
We can show the people we are merciful.
A wolf has no mercy.
Jesus.
That was intense.
Will you be okay? I'll be right back. Okay.
The siren in the background
was
as like a little horn is
I was
awesome.
just gonna say that. Really, it almost reminded me of like Little Nightmares a little bit.
Yeah. She still got it.
Oh my god.
She stole it.
It was all for
Fuck.
nothing.
That's not good.
No. Damn it.
That's really not good. What the hell do they do now? They gotta go back in and try and get it again?
Well.
Sir, we've secured the area. We've got orders to escort you back into the city. Sir? You alright?
I wonder if they'll let it go. I wonder if they'll see both sides and accept, you know, their half of the responsibility.
Oh.
Goodness, you're safe.
And you found a stray. I'll schedule an audience.
I'm sure that'll go great.
You and your friend can address the council yourselves.
Honestly, they're pretty chill. Like, as people go. Oh boy.
Her injuries are severe.
You think I can't see that?
I believe I can save her. But the process will be demanding. Sometimes death is a mercy. And before I begin, I must
What the
know.
hell is this shit?
Are you prepared to lose her?
It's like the stuff that the axolotl's in?
Jinx!
Or just a new variant of something, new drug?
Die, Doctor. I understand.
Oh my god, I'm so worried about what this is gonna do to her.
Please understand this is for your sanity.
For him.
Oh. Well.
I too once had a daughter.
my god. I love that she's fixing her own arm. It's like so cool that she really knows how it works.
Except it's not your ship. It's his. And Jinx's.
This is your plan? Undermine Silco by making a half-assed play of my ego? Gotta hand it to you, Finn.
Ego is one thing. Brains another. You aren't the only one dissatisfied with his performance. There's bigger fish than Silco.
Bigger fish. Is he just saying that to like hype himself up, or is that foreshadowing? Oh boy. Oh boy. What does it do with the fucking glaive right there?
Elora, you didn't have to come out to meet me.
What are you doing here, Mother?
Can I not visit?
You said perhaps your sentimentality will be more at home with those soft-spined idealists overseas.
I love like this, just like the striking difference between them. It's like her mom is just such a badass, but in a completely different way than her.
He crossed the wrong man.
Oh.
I was distracted. That's a mistake I can't take back. Your Jay's Talus has turned his eye to Hextech weaponry.
I knew it.
War is coming. You've let the problems of your undercity fester too long.
War isn't our first and every recourse. I sponsored Hextech to protect the city, not burn it to the ground.
It's not conjecture. It's a fact. Weapons can't be unmade, and they are always used. I'm here to help guide you to the right decisions.
I don't need your guidance.
We'll see.
Miss Medarda.
Who the fuck are you?
Yes?
Yes? It's for me, dear.
I love how Ginger,
Cuisine.
despite how jacked she, oh my god. Of course she's into femboys. I love how like ladylike she was despite her massive fucking arms and demeanor.
We'll present our case to the council tonight.
Tonight.
I hope there's no
Introduce
guests.
yourself.
No foreign dignitaries
why not?
present for that, because I think that'll probably swing things one way or the other. Not that it's not going to go the other way anyway.
Get obsessed. So she would say, I'm a slug monster with venom for ooze. And I would say, well, I'm a slug-eating crab with razor spikes. Sometimes I'd get carried away and she'd get scared. I didn't want her to start crying and wake my parents up, so I pretended to chase bad monsters away. I'd say, no monster's gonna get you when I'm here. Then a real monster showed up. And I just ran away. I left her.
Oh boy.
Jesus. Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh. Did she break out? Oh, that's him. Okay.
Oh.
What have you done? I saved her life.
Yeah, no, she's on a rampage or something.
Yeah.
Most conspicuous disguise of all time.
It looks like a nice cloak too, or maybe not. It looks
Honestly,
nicer from far.
He should have just like pretended to be a dog.
There's weird little dog people running around. Whoa.
Get away from her.
That's so sad.
Some of Echo's. One of maybe one of Jinx's fake Violet. Oh no, it's hoverboard.
Yeah.
Oh, these blades seem improperly pitched.
You're wrong.
He's alive!
It's designed for the fissures. Air is denser.
Oh, are you all right, lad?
This is exactly the meetup that I wanted.
Yeah.
What are you doing on this side of the river?
I wanted to offer my assistance to the citizens of the Undercity.
Perfect. Come with me. I have the exact place you are needed.
Unwelcome. What is it?
We're having the exact same day.
I really hope that they become fast friends. It seems like they are already.
That's like the
the
exact
perfect-
thing that needs to happen right now.
It's like we have her coming here, which clearly won't bode well.
Chalice, you're Mel's mom.
Among other things. Squeeze, child. You won't break it.
Oh, if you'll excuse
The
me.
threat of the
Break
Undercity
what?
is real. Your leadership is impotent.
We may not be Noxus, but Piltover isn't as helpless as you think.
The council is the problem. The mind hiding behind the body.
Oh my god.
Navigating your current crisis requires expertise you lack.
It's true.
So thank you for your advice, Mrs. Medorda. But I have a city to run.
Wait. I see why this province and my daughter have fallen for you. You have the passion of youth.
She saw it like instantly.
I have experience. I want you to succeed here, Jace.
Oh
to
my
grace the
God.
world with Hextech. But if you don't accept certain realities, I fear you'll end up like General Parley, slaughtered with your eyes closed.
It's funny how she does the same thing to him, but completely different approach. Like
Yeah.
she's like very tactful, but her mom is like, "This is your reality right
We
now."
need to act before anyone else gets killed.
Oh my god.
Perhaps Marcus was operating independently.
She already knows her mom got to him.
Yeah.
It's not what they offered him, it's what he had to lose.
Councillors, my daughter has a unique insight into our situation.
Councillors, this is Vi. She risked everything to show me what life is really like down there. People are starving, sick, ravaged by Shimmer. They live in constant fear of the coordinated efforts of violent crime lords. One man leads these efforts, Silco.
We've done the investigations of Silco.
He's paid off.
And who led these investigations?
What is this silk?
I guarantee it's gonna be revealed that like all of them
Believes
already
the
know.
Undercity should be independent. He calls it the Nation of Zorn.
What about these? Do you know who made them?
No. Well,
Her name is Jynx.
Oh shit.
Then we have to go in by force.
Nope.
there are good people down there.
Bad ones, too.
Even if we wanted to, they have Shimmer.
We have Hextech.
No.
We've been talking about talking for weeks now. We're still cleaning the blood off the bridge.
You've also
When you
taken
say-
action and it hasn't
Jace,
panned
you
out.
don't know war. I do. It must be our last resort. There may be a diplomatic solution.
She's right.
What? You want to negotiate with him?
It may be the only way to avoid further bloodshed.
This is insane. Did you learn nothing? You can't talk to him. He hates you, everything you stand for.
Enforcers, please escort them out.
Forget it. Remember where your fancy damn door is.
I feel like there's a point, and we just kind of we found it, but we just went around it the whole time. The point is not war or not war. It's we need to take care of Silco. That's the point.
Yeah.
We need to cut the head off the snake.
This is how things are, how they've always been. I was so stupid to think it could change.
Some other way. We'll make a new plan. We have to try.
Strike team.
Okay.
SEAL Team 6.
What about us?
Oil and water wasn't meant to be. Do yourself a favor, Cupcake. Go back to that big, shiny house of yours and just forget me. Okay?
Oh boy. Look at his leg.
He is shimmering. He's got like, is that an implant? Oh, he's got little implants.
Whoa.
And how juiced are you right now? Oh, it's a metal leg?
I think it like altered
It altered his body.
Yeah. He's gonna start running. Whoa.
Oh shit, he's moving. Oh boy. Oh god.
It looks all like messed up now.
For a couple of weeks now.
Oh no.
He's doing it to the rest of him. Oh, he's out of supply.
Oh boy. Oh my god.
Everything you do inspires me.
Oh my god.
No! I hope she doesn't fuck it up. She's probably gonna die, but I hope
Oh my
she doesn't
god.
like cause an explosion.
Shit.
Please let him go.
Just get out of there. Oh no. Oh my god.
Did he just accidentally sacrifice her to the fucking thing? Oh, it worked.
Holy shit.
He just sacrificed his assistant.
And it didn't even like
It wasn't
fully
full, but he
work.
did it without the shimmer. Oh my god. She's dust.
Ew.
Ooh, it's really corrupted.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He's making the hammer. He's crafting something with it. Or wait, who is this? No, it is him. He has another one.
He's making a weapon.
Yeah.
Now.
But he's making the giant hammer thing from the OP. Because his father worked hard to put hammers in the hands of the people.
You want to make Silco pay for what he's done?
Oh, is he gonna make her the
I can have you arrested. I want to make Silco pay.
I want in.
There is no in. You heard the council.
Fuck the council.
Yeah, send her in there. She'll get the job done.
Black Ops.
I'm not a vigilante.
No, you're a victim.
Oh shit. Yeah, you remember they showed them off at the start.
He's like,
Like
oh, these are
episode
perfect
3.
for mining. It's like, okay.
And so people notice you when you raise your hand in the boardroom? You're the first person Caitlyn looked for when we made it to topside. Of everyone up here, you're the one she trusted to do something.
What do you want me to do? Arrest him?
Silco controls the Undercity with Shimmer.
Give me a second one of these.
So, we got a deal, pretty boy?
This is what I'm talking about.
Now we're getting some serious matchups.
The thing I noticed with Jace, when he's talking to people I like him. When he's talking to anyone else, whoever he's talking to brings out the worst or the best in him.
Yeah.
He's very influenced all the time. Oh shit. Oh god. Right, these guys are the enemy.
Whoa.
Oh,
and he's
shit.
going in there himself. Wow. Like a pit full of shimmer.
Oh no.
Shit. Everything just. Oh. Oh shit.
What the fuck? Whoa! What?
I just had people just like waiting down there.
Are these supposed to be like the minions from the game that like...
Whoa.
Holy shit! Who are these people? Oh my god! Just random people. Addicts. They're playing her theme song.
Holy shit.
Ooh, like impact frame.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. He needs some more armor.
Yeah.
That was nice. He hit him with the... Nice. Oh, that was a cool shot. Uppercut. Oh no. Oh, these impact frames are so nice.
Okay. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Look at him, his face. You shot the kid? Collateral damage? Oh my god. Fucking god, that sucks. Goes to show though why you shouldn't have an all-out war, because that would be like times a million.
Mm-hmm. How?
Yeah, how's he alive? What do you say? Like... Oh my fucking god. Oh shit. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Wow, I'll be back. Well, what'd you think of that episode?
That was a really good episode. There was a lot going on in that one. We had some great team ups, and then in the end we had the worst. Well, it's not a team up, but the worst combination of characters getting together. Man,
she looks creepy back there.
I know, with her like glowing eye.
I noticed that like. From other art I've seen from the game, that's what she looks like with like the glowing pink eyes. And I thought that it was just like a stylistic difference, but it seems like now she's in her final form that like what she is most recognized as. Because when she was first like getting taken in by Silco, there was like the flash through his arm where you could see her eye and it was like kind of pinkish, which was maybe foreshadowing of this turn at the very end. But yeah, that's sick. That's gonna be exciting to see how that'll turn out.
Yeah.
We got Vi and Jace.
Yeah, it's interesting what you're saying about Jace, because I completely agree. It's like there's moments where I'm like, yeah,
because
like,
his heart's
this guy's
in the right
so
place.
great, but then he
wants to do good at the end of the day. It's just that it's how influenced he is.
And how he's in the, like we talked about before, like kind of the position that he got put in, that he is not like qualified for or like prepared for at all. And I really liked in this episode seeing him and Medarda like kind of contrasting there a bit. Like her mom comes in and says to him like, oh, you're not really prepared for this and you have no idea what you're doing. And she's completely right.
Well, she was also saying that to manipulate him as well in the same way that...
I was gonna say, like, because they're very similar, but seeing her mom come in, I feel like really puts her in a new light, I guess. Because before it seemed like when she was like, oh, we need to make this weapon, then it's like, oh, you're just trying to stir up a war. And then we see now that she really does believe that that should be the last resort. And that shouldn't be the option when compared to her mom, who is like, you need to strike first.
Yeah.
And like put some fear in them so they don't rebel against you.
Yeah. Well, it's the sort of her mom's like the devil on her shoulder kind of. She obviously learned everything she knows from her about like
but
governance
she
and things
still
like that. But she has like this idealistic core to her.
Where
that's why I think it kind of colors the previous conversations with Jace, because deep inside she wants to be very merciful and she wants to be a good, like she wants to find the best thing that's not going to be violence, but she knows based on the success of her mother's campaigns and stuff like that that if there is like an easy way out, and that option is always there, and it seems like that's something that she's constantly been struggling with throughout the whole series in the background before we learned about all the stuff. And if you look back on all that, I bet you would see a lot more of that conflict. Whereas it seemed to us, because we were much more from Jace's perspective, it seemed way more like she was more egotistical, but it turns out that with what we learned based on her mom and stuff like that and her whole upbringing, that she's not. She has that internal struggle.
The game, but she's trying to make a difference in her own way, and she is also a little bit like naive or idealistic, where she thinks like, oh, we can make this weapon, but we're not going to use it. Whereas her mom is like, if you make the weapon, it will be used.
Yeah.
There's no getting around that. If you have the weapon and you use it, or you don't have the weapon, and there isn't the option of using it. Once you have that option, like you can't go back, basically.
Well, that's exactly what Heimerdinger was saying like the entire time. That's when he was screaming from the rooftops and like threatening people, is because he like, he knows just as well as she does, but he like the way that Madame Medarda here, Mel's mom, is taking all of this, is she sees it as like, the only way through is forward, and like and the thing is, she is right. She is a very might is right type person, and she's technically correct, but that doesn't mean that doesn't mean it's good. Just because it's right doesn't mean it's good. Like and everybody's like, I think Mel and Jace are trying to do what's good, and struggling, but it is a struggle. That's the point, is that it is a struggle to do the hard thing and do it the hard way. It's way easier to just cut off the head of the princess or of the previous regime, rather than exile her and show her mercy and pray that you can rebuild that bridge one day, and that she won't return with another rebellion. But or you could just cut their head off, and it is obviously way more effective just to kill them right there. But is that good? It might be the right answer, but is it a good answer? It's like, it's not so simple, and that's kind of the interplay with the whole show. But Heimerdinger is kind of like, he knows the same thing that Mel's mom knows about progress and about weapon manufacturing.
Like on the opposite
but he's trying his
end,
best to try and slow it or prevent it. And it would work, but it is at the end of the day kind of a fool's errand, because you can't really stop the hands of time. Exactly. Which obviously he doesn't see it that way, perhaps because his life is so long, where the hands of time are moving a lot slower to him, in a way, you could say.
Yeah, I really love just the design differences between Mel and her mom, of like she's very soft, like all of her features are very soft, and then her mom is like very like harsh and like straight lines
and more wild, like
and like everything. I guess what's really cool about it is because like what she believes kind of got reframed in this episode, and it became clear what her motives are and like what she's trying to do. I feel like her presence so far in the show has always been like very intimidating. She's like a force to be reckoned with, like she comes in and she kind of exudes power.
Yeah.
And then you see her next to her mom and she's like a child.
Yeah.
And it's just such a different, like I really love this episode because I feel like it reframed her and like put her into perspective, and it's like, oh, this is why she is the way that she is, and it makes a lot of sense with the actions that she's taken. Is she doesn't want to be like her mom, but she did learn things from that, and is taking some things from her, but like leaving other things behind and trying to do a better thing. But she's also just like traumatized a little bit. And I think struggling between feeling like a failure to her family, but also trying to like be successful in her own way in like the path that she believes is right. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it because it does change the way that you see her relationship with Jace. Because before it really did seem like she was just trying to vie for power and be like, pull the strings just for her own, maybe for her own legacy. Maybe like we didn't know exactly what her end goal was, but it seems like she does really want to make good change, and that's it change. Knowing her whole backstory really does change how you might see her on a rewatch, for example.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense why like her and Jace are very similar.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, whereas before it seemed like, because he had like no power and she's like super powerful like politically and stuff, that it seemed like there was a lot, they were very, very different. But now you can see that they are similar, and she probably saw herself in him a little bit and is trying to coach him along to her way before he gets caught up with something else,
Yeah, and I love this shot as well where he's like, no, we need to fight right now, and then she's just like oh, I see. Like she's like confused, and then she kind of you can see there's so many subtle things with her with that. I saw somebody in the comments on Patreon like point out in a previous episode something similar where where Jace says something and she's like, oh, that's not really what I want. And you see her, like, the animators really, like, make her eyes move around in a certain way. And then, like, something comes to her and she knows what to say. And then she, like, kind of pushes him towards the right direction. And, yeah, her very subtle, very good character animation with her, as with the whole show. Yeah.
I also love that she's all decked out in gold and her mom is like
red and silver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It's like, or like a blood and iron type thing, like a war path.
Like she it's like silver because she has like a sword and is like armor and stuff. Whereas
like steel.
Yeah, whereas Amel is like wearing like beautiful like jewelry and has like these gold freckles and eyeliner and stuff. Yeah. And I love like the paintings as well. Like when you see that and then like this like crazy like impressionistic like abstract painting
of violence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool. I feel really bad for Caitlyn because once again she's just trying really desperately to do the right thing, but she's just not quite there. So she kind of
doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
She just like goes in a straight line because she has no experience in life. But she has all of the best intentions, but she is strong in her own right, like as a combatant or as a person. But she just doesn't understand. Like it's like she doesn't understand that why anyone would disagree with what she's saying. So she gets really frustrated because she's just like, it's so obvious. Like things are terrible. Like why is this even happening? But it's just like you need to like there's no like tact at all because she's fully in the right.
Yeah,
there's no downside to anything she's saying, but she just doesn't she doesn't I mean she doesn't understand the corruption. I think like she knows that it's there. She knows that there's like but she doesn't know what to do, and it's just why she gets really frustrated.
And I feel so bad because then Vi leaves her behind and goes with Jace instead. And then, because Jynx is crazy and has, like, put all these delusions onto Caitlyn, now Caitlyn's probably gonna get, like, tortured or something next episode.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Because Jynx just has no, like, concept. It's like... Yeah, it's like she feels
insane.
Like she got replaced and is taking that out, even though that's like clearly not at all the relationship that was going on there. Yeah.
I like in her like delusion, she's holding the bunny, which represents like Vi's dream or whatever, and she's like gloating that she has like Vi's love essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, that was so freaky when like her face was like kind of in the shape of the scientist guy's face.
Oh, yeah.
That was really freaky. I love this.
Heimerdinger.
Yeah, maybe you should have been like cruising around in here like throughout your career.
He probably has.
I love this matchup, though.
I love this matchup. I'm really excited to see where this goes next episode.
Yeah. I feel like this could be huge.
Kinda,
this could be a game changer.
This could be a real game changer. This whole bath scene was kind of crazy.
Super awkward.
I like how, like, all of this, all of the warriors or whatever on the wall, she's, like, in the core of it. It's, like, coming out of her. This, like, this mural of war is like, it's almost impressing upon him everything. And, you know, she's down here, but it's almost like, it's almost like she's the source of all of these, like, combatants and everything.
Yeah.
I like
and
that.
Then she's obviously very smart as well, you know, setting up this type of interaction to, like, catch him off guard and, like, put him in, like,
office almost. Like,
it's also, like, a weird thing because it's, like... It's kind of like flipping it around on him because obviously, like, in this position where she's, like, in the bath, like, vulnerable, he should be the one that's, like, has more power in the situation. It would be like if you busted on someone while they were trying to have a bath.
Then they're, like, vulnerable.
Then they're
and
like,
naked.
oh no, like, this is, like, super uncomfortable for me that you're, like, in here, like, in all of your clothes, standing above me while I'm in the bath. But she just completely flips it around so that, like, even though she is the one that is, like, more, like, physically vulnerable, she's just so badass that she is just completely overpowering him while lounging in a bath getting a massage, you know?
Yeah. And we got Viktor.
Yeah, holy...
So what do you think happened there with the magic? The way I see it, I'll say it first because you usually have a better take. But the way I saw it was that, so the first time, it was very taxing on his body to make those modifications and to, like, alter his physicality with the hex tech. And the way that he overcame that was by, like, juicing himself up with the shimmer. He was out of shimmer, and it's almost like it takes a toll on his body, but instead it took the toll from the other girl's body. And she essentially got sacrificed, and he got some of the benefits. It wasn't as potent as it would have been with the shimmer, because it was just his hand. But then also the hex tech crystal got more corrupted, and all the everything's got more consumed.
Yeah, I get here's my thing. I think that is, like, probably right, or it, like, killed her. There's like, I feel like there's a few things that could be going on here. It could have taken her for itself, like, absorbed her into it, because it became more like goopy looking, like more of, like, a thing instead of, like, little separate things floating around. She also, like, turned into dust and was on the floor. So and it could be that it destroyed her because she was trying to remove him from it and it needs him there.
Yeah, because they were talking about how it might be sentient.
Yeah.
Or it might be its own living creature that's, like, taking things in and getting...
Yeah. So I feel like... Yeah, I feel like you're probably right on that, but I feel like she could just end up, like, kind of be collateral damage in a way of, like...
But the difference is he wasn't able to do it for so long because he didn't have anything to give. Like, it's like that's why he needed the shimmer to begin with, because not only is he so weak, but, like, it takes from you as well. It's a trade-off. It's like it almost kills you in order to change something. So if you have the shimmer, then that's kind of, like, regenerating you as it's taking. Then you're being, like, regenerated by the shimmer, which is resulting in this, like, weird thing here. This is the way I see it. I could be wrong, but and then yeah, because she was there and she came in, like, he tried to do without the shimmer and it was, like, killing him, or it was going to kill him and he was, like, dying. She comes in and now she's, like, almost like an offering, like her life is like taking the toll from her. And still, like, giving him a little bit of the benefit. And I don't know if it was as strong. It doesn't look like it because it is just his hand.
But yeah, is that?
But was it just because it was a fucked up situation?
Yeah, was it because she was like pulling him away and there was someone else there and it just, like, interfered? Was it because there wasn't the shimmer? Was it, like, just a combination?
Yeah.
Is it because the thing is getting more messed up and it's, like, a different thing now?
Yeah,
also,
I wonder if he keeps doing it, like, if it does have its own sentience or whatever, if that'll, like, come into play. Maybe that's, like, a season 2 thing, perhaps.
Or if they'll, like, merge together, it will just, like, overtake him. because they're becoming more compatible. Like if it
Yeah,
is
'cause he's
taking
changing
on
himself.
human characteristics and he is taking on characteristics of this thing, if it can just like absorb into him once they are like genetically very
He'll
similar
end
or
up being
the
like
same.
the Vision from Marvel. Like it's like a synthesis of these multiple things coming together.
And then it sucks again because it's like I'm so like the Jace and Vi team up is really great, but I hate once again that Jace is like off doing something, like he's like distracted from what Viktor's doing again, so like no one is there to keep him in check at all.
But like Viktor is just being a scientist. Like, okay, sacrificing your assistant is not good, but he didn't want to do that. He's again, like I don't see like obviously Jay should be there like helping him, but Viktor is just trying to stay alive and like improve the research. So he's just kind of doing what he was going to do anyway.
my thoughts are like, is he like, so his assistant gets killed and it's like what's tethering him to reality? Like, is he going to be able to stop if he wants to stop? I guess.
Why would he want to stop? He wants to keep going. That's been his thing ever since way before this. Like ever since he was a student of Heimerdinger, like before Jace was even there, he's wanted to push the boundaries, and he's just kind of doing it. It's really I think that the only trouble will come if he loses himself, kind of like Jinx is losing herself. If he gets too lost in the sauce and then loses like, okay, if he becomes like a Superman or like a One Punch Man level threat where it's like, I'm on your side, and then I get great power, and then it's like, why would I, if I want to do good, why would I help you do that? Like, why don't I just go and do my own version of whatever that is outside of the government or outside of anybody else's desires, and then he like loses track of everything and whatever. But if he just wants to do science, it'll just depend on where he goes with that, how he changes from it.
I guess.
But using himself as a test subject is not necessarily a bad thing, I don't think, because he's already dying.
No, I guess my thing is if he is gaining more power, but he's also giving this like mystical item possibly more free will of its own.
Yeah.
Then like that is dangerous, and if he can't. Like say he if it starts like moving around or like you know what I mean, like it's already becoming more like a creature
organic
of some kind. Yeah, it's becoming something different than it was. So I guess my thoughts are like, if he like, is he going to be so interconnected with it that he maybe at one point would have been able to see the danger of like, I don't want this thing to affect other people, when it extends farther away from him and becomes like, okay, this thing is dangerous, but he can't stop it at that point. Like if okay, it killed my assistant, but like maybe I'm still gonna keep going. But then it's like, okay, now this is like a threat here.
Yeah, I guess I didn't even consider that. Like, what is he gonna take from this if he is like getting kind of addicted to the progress? I didn't actually think of that. Yeah, you're right. Like, what if he's like, oh, the answer other than the shimmer is to sacrifice people. So I'm gonna take it down to the Undercity and find a bunch of those junkies and just fucking feed this thing a bunch of junkies until I become like a bad. I actually didn't even consider that.
Or like,
I didn't consider this as a positive lesson, like sacrificing the girl. I thought it was like, oh, this is an accident. This is real. Yeah, no, it might actually go real dark. And as we saw this episode, it can go really dark because after they murdered all of those, after they fought all of these enemy combatants and Jace accidentally killed a child. That was really terrible. And then they just show like something about, it was this, and it was also at the very beginning of the episode after the little flashback when they were on the bridge and they were like, oh, sir. And it's just all the dead bodies.
Yeah.
Like all of, not just Marcus, but like all of the other dudes here. Like all like the holes in their heads and the leaky blood all like everywhere. They're shredded to pieces. It's so gruesome. It's way like it's something about it is way more gruesome than other stuff we've seen in the show because it's actual gore. Yeah. And so like the show can go, if in the moments, and I like the show that this is. Maybe I'm forgetting something, but I think this is like the goriest shot we've seen. Like when you look at the detail, like the specific like heads cracked, like eggs
Yeah.
leaking everywhere, like arms ripped off, and you could see a little bit of the bone showing. I like that the show does that, but unlike other modern Western animations, aren't like, oh, look at how violent and gory our show is.
Yeah.
This is for adults. Like Invincible, like Vox Machina, like other things.
Yeah,
I can't remember. A bunch of other shit. It's like, oh, this is for adults. This is for all ages. We're really dark and serious. Look at all this gore. This is an excuse for real storytelling. The fact that they can show this, not focus on it at all. I mean, they like zoom in on it here, but like.
But okay, what
know.
I was gonna say is I feel
Anyway.
like what's kind of cool about like and what's impactful about that shot specifically is that in the moment of the fights, there's like so many bright colors. There's like cool choreography.
Yeah.
There's like different weapons. Like there's a lot of things that make it a spectacle, and it can be violent but still like a beautiful like visual experience.
Yeah.
But then when you see the aftermath, it's like this isn't a beautiful visual experience. This is just
War.
dead bodies
Yeah.
on the ground, and I feel like that.
And they're not like, but because sorry.
Just I feel like the stark contrast, like it. I feel like showing something like that, like separately, is impactful because in the moment it's like there's bright colors, like these neon like things shooting across the screen, like everything is very not like cartoonish, but you know what I mean, like it's it's not just blood splattering all over the place. It's not like something like Invincible where like the main, it's like, oh, blood is like flying all over the place and it's all about the blood and it's just everywhere as much as possible. It's like, oh, there's these like bright rainbow colors flying around, and then here in the light of day it's just like dull and disgusting looking.
Yeah, they can show both sides of it. They can and what I like about this as well is that the fact that this is included like this, and it's not just oh my stomach, I'm an enemy, I'm a soldier and I got really beat up in the last battle. Oh, I'm clenching my stomach over here. It's like death. It's like very obvious and hardcore death, and it's shown in a way that's not glamorized, and it's also shown in a way where you can kind of feel the impact of the actions of the characters. I think that's what it is. It's like the characters had a big fight here, and we saw a bunch of, red shirt enforcer dudes get killed or blown up and fly around. But it's like, usually when you see something like that, they don't focus on that, or it's like, oh, they're just a bunch of bodies there for our characters to beat up on and show how cool they are. But the fact that you show this after, even if it's just this, and the fact that it is this hardcore, I think it's used well, I guess. It's used very well, and it feels like the characters' actions have a lasting effect afterwards. Like the fact that there's this aftermath here on this small scale, and it also ties back into at the end with Jace, the fact that he's trying to do all this good and he sees the collateral damage and he causes it, and he is at a complete loss for words. He doesn't know what to say. There's all these people looking down, and they're just like, classic, another day, another dead child, it's with the enforcers bursting in and killing a bunch of fucking people. But great.
It's also like it's an interesting thing because he kills these people that are totally infested with shimmer and are kind of too far gone at this point, like all of these.
They're like zombies at this point.
So it's like those, it's like, okay, you can kill those and you can justify that, but then a child gets caught in the crossfire, and then it's like,
oh, you aren't such a hero now,
terrible,
are you?
But then at the same time, there's like all of those other people up there that didn't get killed in a massive war because you like went in. It's, it's like the casualty, it's like what the lesser of two evils in a way, kind of like,
exactly.
It's like, you could, make a nuke and just drop it over there and be done with the whole thing. But the child to enemy ratio, or like the innocent to enemy ratio, would be a lot higher, because at the end of the day, there's way more innocent people that are living there than Silco's minions.
Yeah.
And even the people that are working for Silco, like, they have child labor going on over here.
Yeah.
And I'm sure not all of these people, like, all of these people that are working in this factory are not, like, in love with Silco and everything that he does and, like, totally loyal to him. It's like...
their collateral damage.
They need a job.
Yeah.
And, yeah. And it's also interesting with all of the other, like, drug lord guys that are, like, seemingly like, Silco might, his time is kind of limited now.
Yeah.
Like, this guy coming in and being like...
I can't tell if he means that. I also wonder if he's voiced by someone specific, because he has such a thick, like, Asian accent. I can't tell if it's Korean or if it's maybe Japanese. I don't know. Something like that. I wonder if he's voiced by somebody specific. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if this dude is actually, like, if he's just saying this to turn her against Silco and it's going to be like a change that way, or if he's just like, oh, there's bigger fish to fry or something. Or if there's actually bigger fish to fry and this is set up for next season or some kind of like reversal.
That it's like, because Vi was saying the same thing. It's like there's like Silco and he's at the top, but like lately he has been like so distracted and so like ruled by what Jinx is doing that I think a lot of these other guys, like, it's like Silco was like when he comes in and he puts all like the toxic air around and he's like, you guys have forgotten. And I think that a lot of them are quite content to forget. Like, he's coming in to remind them and be like, don't forget about this. And they're like, it was never our... Like, Silco's goal is much bigger than I think a lot of these other guys that are like, I want to be a drug lord and profit off of that. Meanwhile, Silco has, like, all of these grander plans that have, gotten sidetracked and kind of, like, boxed in along the way. So... and that's it. That's exactly what.
But I wonder if he's just talking about him, or if he sounded like he was talking about somebody else that will take Silco's place if he gets taken down.
Maybe him. Maybe just like the whole group of other people. Maybe there's the rest of them, or like a couple of them want to like team up and kind of take over because they're tired.
I
of being
figure
told
they
what
do.
To do.
I think that's what I'm saying is I think that's obvious based on what he's saying. I just don't know if he means like. Somebody else from, like, because we just had Mel's mom come in from another continent. Are there other people the size of Silco other places and they're gonna come in, or or is he just hyping himself up as a drug lord? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and I like how this lady is like, it's kind of true what he's saying. It's just like, yeah, you do like all of the work and are just like running around doing whatever Silco says, and Silco is doing whatever Jinx kind of puts him in the position to do. Mm-hmm. And she's like tired of it, but she's clearly still very loyal to him as well.
Well, I think the conversation was that she's switching sides, that she's not going to be loyal to him.
I guess. Yeah, I guess she could. I think she's thinking about it. I think she, like, up until this point she has been like extremely loyal. And then, like, now that she has just kind of gotten, like, her ass kicked multiple times, and Silco just still runs off to help Jinx.
I guess because Silco had this greater plan, so she might be... Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with her. Anyway, I think we could leave it there. Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one, Cartoon.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.